What's up, everybody? I'm the host of Difficult People Chronicles. I'm SF Johnny, Seriously Focused Johnny. Welcome. Today's episode is called Your Enemy is Questioning God. So, and it's a message. Your enemy, for who this is for, they won't stop attacking you. They're doing different things and they see that it's not working. Whether it be trying to destroy your marriage, your relationship, trying to prevent you from moving from point A to point B, maybe a different location, trying to interfere with your health. Whatever they're trying to do is not working. So they don't see themselves as a witch because they are doing witchcraft. They think that they are a good hearted person and, you know, they don't see what they're doing as evil. Even though when they see certain things not working, they go back to the drawing board and try to do it again. And when I say see certain things, because it's not everything that they do that, God forbid, if it was to happen, they would see with the natural eye. That's what I would say. Because for some, whoever this is for, it can be a situation where they impose sickness over your life. And it could be something internal where they won't be able to see until something crazy happens. God forbid, like going to the hospital in an ambulance. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to say. This enemy is very weird, but ain't they all? Ain't they all? Ain't they all? And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, they do evil, but then they go to church and walk around with the Bible and try to preach to people, play gospel music, all of that, you know. But yet they trying to hurt people. So this enemy now is God is raining down on them with judgment and punishment, and they are questioning God like, why them and not you? Why them and not you? Like, why do you get to live? Why do you get to succeed? Why do you look so good and like you're at peace? They asking all these questions. Why? And the answer just left me with a smile. The answer is because that's my best. Yep, that's my best. And even though these words came to them, because they doing so much, you know. God warns the enemies. Remember, I told you that God will warn them over and over again until their time is up. But even though they getting the warning, this particular enemy, they still going back to the drawing board trying to figure out how to hurt the other person. Because their life is not going good at all. Like, doors is closing, arguments all the time. If they in a relationship, they in arguments all the time. They can't escape the drama. If it's like 100% out of the day, they have 99% of drama. And it's to a point where it's starting to affect their nerves. That's how bad it is. But that's on them. They caused this. Every time they lift a finger, every time they chant evil, every time they plan, plot, and scheme, they being punished. And when I say punished, meaning that the stakes get high. So if God forbid they do something to an innocent person, like they speak evil over their life, or they doing chants, or they put their name on the altar, right? That's day one. Next thing you know, they get into a bad accident. They do the same thing a week later. And next thing you know, they get in another bad accident. But this time, the car is totaled. And then they do the same thing a month later. And then they decide that when they do the same thing, they're going to go and get demonic protection. Like they summons whoever they talking to or whatever, try to do protection to protect themselves. And then they go in and do some evil work to the innocent person. And then they just made it worse. Yeah, because next thing you know, they end up in a hospital. This person won't stop. And they're not satisfied with what God has told them. Because He said, that's my best. And then what came to me was, He's saving the best for last. So that means when the enemy is all out of ammunition, have no protection to cover them, period. Like their protection is stripped because God has taken away whatever protection they thought was going to save their life. They're going to stand or sit or be on the floor or wherever they're going to be at, watching you win. Because what came to me was the words, saving the best for last. It just bothers me that these enemies, like, I don't know, they weird. They so weird. Like, they feel like they untouched. They keep doing what they doing. And it's even to the point, I'm gonna just say something real quick, but I'm gonna save this for another episode. I've seen a person in a dream who used another person, like they sacrificed someone just so this plan could play out where two people go at each other. And when I say sacrifice, meaning that they killed one person so the other person that they like can elevate and go up against the person they can't stand. I said that's too much. Like, people are weird. You don't and when I was younger, my moms used to always say you don't have to do anything to anybody for them to hate you. I really, when I was younger, I heard her, but I really didn't like focus on what she said. And I'm seeing that a lot. Like, people don't even have to know you not to like you. They a lot of people in this world, they can't stand what they look like, so they can't stand you. They can't stand the fact that you just shine automatically, and it could be your personality when you walk through the room. They can't stand that, so they just try to attack you. That's insecurity. But yet they don't want to work on themselves. What would God say about that? What would God say about that? I don't know. People are strange. But this enemy, whoever this is ridiculous because they can't see that they trifling and evil spirited. They think that they cool, they are right, you know, they righteous and got a good heart and all of that. They go behind the scenes trying to hurt people behind closed doors just so they could have control and get their way, and then they turn around and then they questioning God, like, why you not doing nothing for me, or why this is not happening to me, or why my life is going this way. And then they mad because the answer that they receive is not the answer they want to hear. Oh well. Anyway, that's it for today. For more, sign up for a session. Check me out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, click the notification. Check out my store for suggested topics. Email me. Love me more, and I love you more. Later.